Hello everybody and welcome back to Sin City Living. Apologies for not having posted as much lately as I usually do. Been a busy couple of weeks, schedule changes, a lot of things going on at work, but hopefully I can get myself back into the swing of things, so we'll be bringing you guys some more videos. As always, a shout out of appreciation to our patrons. All those tips of support are very appreciated. Once we get the live stream going, we're probably going to do a patron only live stream, but otherwise right now I hope you guys are enjoying the videos that we're able to put out with the entire How to Deal Dice class. So should have a couple more of those coming out in the next couple of days. And for everybody else, please keep an eye. We're still struggling getting the live stream going. I think I've got the equipment. I'm just having some issues, compatibility issues, but I'm going to get them figured out. We're going to get the live streams going, starting out with the craps tournament. Right now I only have about 7 or 8 players, but I'm hoping that a few more of you guys will email us with some interest in it. We are going to have to back the time up from Thursdays at 6 to probably 4:30. My schedule did change. I no longer have Thursdays off. But yeah, that being said, if you're curious about the Patreon live streams and stuff like that, just check the description of the video down below. And otherwise, we're going to go ahead and jump right into today's video. So for today's video, I would like to answer an email that was sent to us. And this email has a couple of questions in it and then has a strategy. So I'm going to answer the questions and then we will show this person's strategy. And this was sent to us by, the name on there is Old Number 7. And one of our bigger fans. I definitely recognize the name from some emails and from a lot of the comments. So we definitely appreciate you watching and appreciate your feedback and sending this email to us. We love getting these emails and being able to shoot these videos for you guys. So let's look at the questions. So the first question is, why would you ever bet the Big 6 and Big 8? Now, that's a really good question. I actually get this a lot. I apologize to you guys, by the way, if my voice is kind of low. I'm trying to keep it down a little bit. My son is upstairs sleeping, but after a couple of weeks of not being able to really get involved in the channel, I wanted to try and get some videos done for you guys. So the Big 6 and Big 8. Now, my layout doesn't have the Big 6 and Big 8, but it's usually right here, and it is exactly what it says. It'll say Big 6 and Big 8. For those of you guys that don't know, the Big 6 and Big 8 is betting on the 6 and 8, and it just pays even money. Whatever you put in there, 6 rolls, you win, even money. It'll stay there, it doesn't lose, so you can leave your money in there if you like. It is always working. So like if you had a place bet on the 6 and the point is off, place bet is not working, but a Big 6 would be working. So why would you ever bet a Big 6 and Big 8? Nowadays you wouldn't. When we as dealers get asked, hey, what's the Big 6 and Big 8? The first thing that comes out of our mouth is it's a bad bet. As long as there's nobody on the table is betting the Big 6 and Big 8, we may even go so far as to say it's a dumb bet. And the reason for that is, again, it pays even money. Now, the fact that you pretty much can't find a $10 or $5 minimum bet table anymore makes the Big 6 and Big 8 absolutely superfluous. Because if you bet $10 in a Big 6 and a 6 rolls, you get paid $10. If you bet $10, which is an improper place bet on the 6, you get paid $11. You get paid the additional money of the extra odds of a place bet. So it makes absolutely 0 sense to bet a Big 6 or Big 8 at any time ever on a $10 or higher minimum bet table. The only times it would ever be bet would be on a $5 table. On a $5 minimum bet table, well, a $5 place bet on the 6 pays $5. $5.84, so we keep the 84 cents, you get $5. So you might as well bet it on the Big 6 where you can reach. You can put that down yourself, pick it up, put it down, pick it up. If you're one of those people that turns your bets off, turns your bets on, take me down, turn it off, turn it back on, turn it off for 2 rolls, turn it back on, take me down, then just bet it on the damn Big 6, Big 8, if you're on a $5 table. So the only time it makes sense to bet a Big 6 or Big 8 is if you're on a $5 or $3 table. Otherwise, it makes absolutely 0 sense. And it's actually kind of a holdover from back in the days of the $3 tables and the and the quarter tables and such, where people would bet small amounts that would not get paid the additional money that you would get paid on a place bet. So, for instance, a $5 6, or a $3 6. Or a $4, say whatever it may be. So it was put as kind of a courtesy bet spot. So that's what the Big 6, Big 8. Never bet it. Now the next one, this one's interesting. Would dealers rather get a $1 bet each hand or $6 across every 6th hand? this gets interesting because this honestly is going to really depend upon the dealers. I know some dealers that actually don't like dealer bets. They would rather just lock up the money. It's very rare. I probably know, off the top of my head, I can actually only think of one dealer that I know that would much rather lock up the money than put it down as a bet. She's very, 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 very conservative, very much a non-gambler. But most dealers are definitely gamblers. And we also look at that dollar and knowing that depending on where you're, like I look at a dollar and go, okay, well, if I lock that up, put it in the tote box, I just made at most a half of a cent. So sure, if I bet it somewhere and it doubles up, so I made a cent. Okay, but still, I'd much rather bet it somewhere, and especially if I can put it up on, if I get it put up on place bets, or maybe I can actually build it up into something that's meaningful. You know, and obviously chances are it loses before it builds up into something meaningful, but again, it's half a cent or less. So it's really gonna depend on the dealers. Depends on what you're doing with that dollar. Are you talking putting a dollar on the pass line bet for the dealers? In which case, now probably every sixth hand they'd rather have all the numbers across under player control. Are you talking putting it up here under player control? Well, every single hand. I actually have some fun with that. I one time had a $1.9 and turned it into all the way across, 64 across, plus some. Actually, it was a little bit higher. So it's really going to depend on the dealers. It really, really is. Something like that, I might even ask the dealers. You know, especially if you're right next to the dealer, maybe you're playing right there on, right next to him. And then the last question: would dealers prefer to have two $1 hardway bets or a $2 horn bet? This one is also pretty interesting. But the disadvantage to the horn bet is it's a single roll bet. Wins or loses the next roll of the dice. Whereas the hardway bets will stay up unless a 7 or an easy way rolls. If it's me, I'd probably prefer the horn bet, but a lot of dealers, I'd say this particular question might go 50-50, might even go 70-30 in favor of the hardways. So again, that's when you might want to just ask the dealers, you know, hey, I got $2 for you guys. Would you want it on the horn or you want it on hardways? Or even better, throw $2 in and say that's for the dealers, bet it wherever you want. When you say bet it wherever you want, now they're allowed to bet it. If you just throw in $2 and say that's for the dealers, technically they're supposed to just lock that up in the tote box. Yeah, but you can definitely give them the choice. Okay, so here's the strategy that he has sent. It is a progressive don't strategy. So it starts out with a $25 don't pass, and whatever point rolls, say 6, okay, so 6 rolls, max lay. Now, max lay is going to depend on where you're at. Let's say it's a 3, 4, 5 table. In that case, the max lay is going to be $150. So $150 to win $125. So you've got $175 at risk. Now, by the way, the 3, 4, 5 table, your max lay is always going to be $150 regardless of what the point is. It's always going to be 6 times your flat bet. And if it wins, press it up to, so if this were to win, it would win 125 plus that, plus your flat bet. Okay, then your lay comes down. So now you press it up $10 and you get another 6. So now that you were at $35, that's a $210 max lay. Yeah, that one gets a little interesting. Should pay you $175 if I'm doing my off the cuff math correctly. Okay. Now, if it wins again, it says he will press his don't pass to 50 and then max lay. Then again, he'll press to 70. If it wins, he'll press to 75 at max lay. After 3 consecutive don't wins, he'll regress back down to 25 and continue the max lay and continue and start the progression all over again. He does put the stipulation of only count established points. You ignore bets that are resolved on the come out. 2s, 3s, 7s, 11s, and 12s. Okay, ignore that. If you lose 2 consecutive don't pass bets for the max lay, then bet a $25 don't pass by itself until you win. Don't do any lays or anything else. So yeah, progressive don't bet. not too shabby. I can definitely see where this could have some potential. This is going to require a fairly large bankroll because of the max leg, especially rated 10 times or 20 times casino. That's going to require one heck of a bankroll, but it's got some potential. I definitely like this. I've seen some cold tables where the point fails to be hit 5 or 6 times in a row, and really you only need 7 outs maybe 2 or 3 times in a row, and you're in the plus even if you lose your next one. So it's not a bad little strategy. Not a bad little strategy at all. And thank you very much for sending it to us, and I hope the rest of you guys find this interesting, enlightening, illuminating, just plain fun. And we will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Okay guys, so as I promised at the end of the videos, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the live stream and how it's going to work. So the first thing is, if you're interested in being one of the players for our craps tournaments, which is we're going to have every single week, please email us at sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. I need the email addresses and want to know who is interested so that we can get it set up and we can select it. I'm going to have the first round is going to be 16 players. There'll be 4 players per week. The 5th week is going to be the 4 champions from the previous weeks to get an ultimate champion. Haven't decided yet what the prize will be. Maybe I'll see if I can pick up another one of these lights. But we'll have some sort of prize for our champion. So please, if you're interested, email us. I want to pick the first 8 players, the first 2 weeks worth of players, so that we'll have the first 4 ready for the first week, and the other 4 will be kind of backup, just in case somebody has connection issues or something comes up and they're not able to play that week. Then I've got the other players on standby, so I can just bump one of them up or maybe shift the first person down or something along those lines. The main tournament is going to be Thursdays at 6 o'clock my time, Las Vegas time, 6 p.m. Las Vegas time. And it's the way it's going to work is it's going to be a time thing. I'm going to do the live stream for an hour. I'm going to do the game for an hour, rather. And it might work out to about 30 rolls, might work out to about 40 rolls. I'm not too sure. We'll see how it goes. But it's going to be time. It's going to be an hour. Instead of the craps tournaments that they do down on the strip where it's 30 rolls, we're going to do an hour. So I want to make sure I have a finite time limit for this to start with, and then we will go from there. I'm going to find a way, either a Discord or a Zoom or a private chat room, some way for the players to be logged into something where I can communicate with them on my second computer so that they can tell me what their bets are, what they want to bet, what they want to press when something hits, without me having to scroll through the full chat of the live stream itself. I'm not going to be able to keep an eye on that, and if we have enough people watching and chatting, it could be difficult to keep an eye. So I have to figure that part out. Another reason I need the emails, so I can communicate back and forth with the potential players. So if you're interested, again, please email me. Eventually, just pretty much everybody's going to have an opportunity to be in on these things because we're going to do multiple ones. I'm also looking at probably doing a second craps tournament, maybe late Wednesday nights, possibly, I'm not sure, where I'm going to do it a little bit different. The second one is going to be, instead of 1 hour and then whoever's got the most chips is the winner, because those craps tournaments tend to have really weird strategies. They're not normal strategies that you'd see in normal play, because you're competing against other players and you just want to make sure you have more chips than them by the end. What I'm going to do with the second tournament is, instead of a weekly winner, we're going to play for an hour, and then I'll keep track of how much money people still have on there, or how many chips they still have. And then the next week, same players are going to keep going. Basically, this game will go until the bankrolls end, until we have one person with money left, or chips left. Again, there's no money involved in this. So once we have one final winner, so people will drop out as their play money bankrolls expire, as they run out of chips. So that one, I'm guessing we'll see some more normal strategies, the kind of things people actually play when they're actually playing craps. And then eventually we're going to add baccarat, pai gow, 3-card poker, blackjack, of course, to these tournaments. Whatever we can, to these live streams and live stream tournaments, whatever we can, when we can, as best we can. We're going to have to figure it out as we go. We have a lot of time constraints between me working full-time plus a child. But we're going to do the best we can. We're very, very excited to have this going. And we also will
try and pick a day or time where I can do a patron exclusive tournament or two. We'll see how many of our patrons are interested, and see if we can't get that going as well, where it's only on the patron site. So definitely stay tuned, guys. Please, if you're interested in playing in one of the tournaments or partaking in our live streams, aside from just the chat, obviously it's a live stream, please watch, chat with us, let us know how it's going or what you think, and otherwise, please, again, email us, sincityliving.lv@gmail.com. Otherwise, I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. Any suggestions, please hit us up. Thank you guys very, very much. We appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will catch you guys next time.